I'm in the local park and I'm testing the range of it. I'm about to send a message. As you can see, they all received it. Have you ever wanted to send completely free messages to a friend with zero cellular coverage, no central network and no ISP watching what you send? Well, allow me to introduce you to the ThinkNode M1. It's a compact transmitter receiver and it uses the open source Meshtastic firmware to do just that. No SIM cards, no monthly subscriptions and zero internet required. Now how it works is, under the hood it uses something called LoRa, long range radio, to transmit data packets over many miles while consuming almost no power. Because it runs Meshtastic, a bunch of these devices mesh together, each one relaying messages to the next. So your message can hop from device to device to device until it reaches someone miles away. One of the biggest advantages of the ThinkNode M1 is the 1.54-inch e-ink display. E-paper only draws power when the screen updates, which keeps the power draw down to microamps in standby. Combined with its internal 1200 mAh battery and an NRF 52840 processor, this thing lasts for days off a single charge. Now, out of the box it comes pre-flashed and includes a detachable antenna, while it displays status and GPS info directly on the screen. You pair it to your phone via Bluetooth using the standard Meshtastic app to type and read your messages. Now this is what you get in the box. Obviously you get the ThinkNode M1 and then you get an antenna. You got the lanyard keyring sort of thing here and a USB cable, and then finally we've got the user manual. Okay, let's have a look at the buttons. At the top here we have this dial. This is used to control the brightness, and it turns it on. When you hear a click, that means it's on. And the backlight should kick in. Now there you go, it's kicked in. It doesn't appear that bright because I've got two huge lights here illuminating the device itself. And obviously we've got the glorious e-ink display there, which is nice to see. And then at the bottom here we have a USB-C socket for power and data transfer as well. And we have a reset hole there. At the sides here we've got nothing at all. And on this side we have a GPS button, which is really useful. So when you want to save power, just flick the GPS button on, down to off. And then we have two buttons here. One is up and one is down, even though it looks like it's a select. It's not. They both pretty much do similar things. So you've got to select something, you have to hold it down for 2 seconds, and then that will select it. And that is pretty much it. A couple of mounting holes at the back. Now you can connect the ThinkNode M1 to your PC. Via USB you can access various settings, which I find is more convenient than going through the menu options on the e-ink display due to its slow response. Anyway, there's various features that are accessible via the web interface, which you'll find pretty convenient. Far too many to go through in this quick review of this item, but connect it up and you've got access to a lot of features you can control. Now, for full disclosure, Electro did send these in for review. I've had them for a while, since at the same time as the Arduino kit I reviewed earlier. Anyway, let's have a look at sending some messages. I've got the Cardputer ADV here as well, and that I'm going to I've installed Meshtastic and I'm going to see if it can receive messages. Now I've got the Meshtastic app already configured here. I've been testing it out, and we have two channels here. Long fast, this is a public channel, anybody can see it, and I've set up a private channel as well, and only one of them can see it, which is that one. As you can see, they all received it. I'm in the local park and I'm testing the range of it. I'm about to send a message. It's fairly isolated, as you can see. Okay, so I tested devices for several days and they worked pretty well. I did notice one minor issue was the backlight. Sometimes the backlight does not come on after a while when I left the device running for several hours, as you can see. But it was easily got back again by just turning it off and on again like this. And the battery life on these was pretty good. They lasted for around 3 days, and that's thanks to the e-ink display, and that's with the GPS turned off. If you turn the GPS on, you'd probably get about 2 days out of them before charges. And the range of these, I'd say, was around, depends on where you are, but for me it was around a couple of miles. It does depend on your environment as well. In heavily urban environments, you're only going to get maybe a mile or so. Depends if there's any other nodes in the region or not. Some people online have got up to 200 miles, but they best work with line of sight and maybe bigger antennas and stuff like that. Anyway, that's all I got in this quick review. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.